Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to the channel. I appreciate you being here. So I have been, first of all, I want to say thank you to everyone who's been giving me some amazing feedback. I really appreciate everyone jumping on those comment section and letting me know which balls you want me to review. I have been doing about 3 or 4 tests a day to ensure that those get made. And I'm off to a pretty good start, so I'm very proud of that. However, I wanted to jump on here and do a quick review of a golf ball that I had the chance to test. I actually had done one of those packs online that you purchase, and it's like a trial pack or whatever, and I got it in. It's a ball I've wanted to test for a long time, but I wasn't willing to pay the price that they want for it, but got a sleeve of 3 of them, tested it, and I'll be honest, I was impressed. I was so impressed that I wanted to go ahead and get this review in here and share it with you guys just to talk about, what I found. And that golf ball, of course, is the Sugar golf ball. Not really a specific name there. I mean, honestly, there's not too much as far as differences in balls. They pretty much have one ball, and it's a 3-piece tour-like golf ball that promises to be right up there with the Pro V1 and Pro V1X, things like that. So it's coming for the big boys. It's going right in. Now, I do want to say that the reason I'm wearing the sunglasses indoor is not because my future's bright, although it is. However, the real reason I'm wearing them is because of this right here. So this is pretty, if you look at my eye right here, yeah, so if you're wondering how that happened, I'm going to show some pictures here. If you have a weak stomach, you don't have to look at these, but just, so basically what happened, pretty rough. Okay, so what basically happened was I was testing these golf balls so I could get them out for you guys. Went to use the net for the first time in 3 months. Hit a golf ball. It ended up actually going into my net, but we have an aluminum fencing behind that, and I guess in the last 3 months we've put the fence a little too close to that. So it hit the aluminum bar on top. The ball came screaming right back at my head and just hit me right above the eye. It could have been a lot worse. I'm actually really fortunate, but that's why I'm wearing the shade so you guys don't have to look at my eye the whole time. So it actually happened Friday night, and this is Tuesday, so it's still healing. Can't really talk very well either. I think I might have got a little concussion, but overall I'm all right. But let's talk about this Sugar golf ball. Okay, so first of all, let's start with the company a little bit. Essentially with the company you're looking at, this is another direct-to-consumer market, something I love reviewing, and I've reviewed a lot on my channel. Just looking at what they offer, they pretty much offer just about one thing. And as far as the trial pack, that's only a more recent thing. They didn't used to offer that. They've just started doing that, which is a very smart move. Because essentially what we're looking at here is they offer pretty much, it's $59.99, $69.99 on Amazon, because I'm sure there's shipping involved on their regular website, but it's called the Sugar Cube, and you get 27 golf balls, so they end up being roughly about $2.50 a golf ball. But that's the only way to buy them. There's no dozen, there's no 2 dozen, it's a Sugar Cube is what they send you, and essentially it's a box that comes with 27 golf balls, and it's kind of a take it or leave it thing. Now, a lot of people have purchased the Cube, and they love it, and they absolutely have stuck with them. The reviews have been fantastic. I've even seen a couple of really good reviews from, TXG, hitting the head, and some other big name reviewers out there. I've seen some reviews. They've been phenomenal. So when I finally got the opportunity to try this, that's what I went and wanted to do. So let's talk about real quick just how the golf ball looks. First of all, a very simplistic design. You can see right there, it just says Sugar across it. But I gotta say, as far as simplicity, you can either make it or break it. Pretty easy. And they made it. 100%. Like, I love the font they use there. The Sugar just looks really classy, sophisticated. I love what they did with the number over there, that 1 just kind of sticking up to the top right. It really flows together well. It's just so simple, but it really works. Flipping around to the side here, I love what they've done here. Since they actually don't have a model for this ball per se, you can see right there that it's just a solid line. I'm not crazy about the point on the end, but I know some people actually like that. When it comes to alignment tools and stickers, a lot of the time they look like this. So instead of trying to gunk it up with any type of lettering or font, they just said, hey, let's go right for that alignment tool, nice, thick, get it on there, and it works really well. So a very simplistic design. I went ahead and in honor of this weekend, with the tour and Tiger being back, I went ahead and get in Tiger mode here. But yeah, overall, just a very simplistic design. It looks and feels very premium. It has a nice shine to it. You can tell it's urethane cover. So yeah, let's get in and let's chip and putt and see what we can find out. So chipping and putting. First of all, I will say that when it comes to chipping around the green, the feel, This ball does have a very nice feel. And when I say nice, I'm talking one of the nicest feels I've ever felt with a golf ball, period. You know, coming off the long irons, coming off short irons, coming off the driver, it just has a very consistent feel and it feels good. It's a nice, firm, not clicky, but just nice, firm, and then after that firm, it just takes off like a rocket off the golf club. Sometimes you get the bouncy ball effect where it feels like it's bouncing off, but this isn't that case. It actually feels like it's just a flat rocket coming off the club. We'll look at the numbers later and see if they indicate that, but same thing around chipping around the green. It has a fantastic feel. It lets you know the feedback, but then it just comes right off. And one thing I will say is this ball spins. It spins very, very well. First of all, it actually, what's funny is I started with chipping, doing a couple tests, and one of the tests I do is I first of all just try to get it to go straight and stop, which this ball does a phenomenal job at. What I also do is I kind of hit a little in to out, and I close the face a little bit to see if you can get, you know, a bounce left, and then I'll open the face and kind of cut across it to see if you can get a bounce right, because some balls will do that. This one does not go left or right very well, and some of the balls I've tested just kind of stay straight. Most of your two-piece or, you know, your golf balls, let's say, that don't have as much spin. This one, I don't know how they do it, honestly, but it doesn't spin left that much. It doesn't spin right that much, but it does check up, and it checks up extremely well. I loved hitting the wedge with it. It was a very successful test. And then coming off the putter, it was very, you know, not a bouncy ball, not springy. Again, you just have that nice firm press, and it takes off. It does not take a lot with the putter to get this ball to roll. It always has a nice, consistent roll to it. And the alignment tool did help me hole out some putts, so I was very impressed with all that. So overall, it just worked. It worked on every level. All right, so this will be the first review. If you're new to the channel, this is my first time ever doing the 9-iron in my reviews. Originally, I switched to doing this 9-iron. I mentioned last video about how the reason I was going that route is so I could measure spin. Well, come to find out, it doesn't measure spin on the 9-iron either. The SI, the Swing Caddy 300i actually only starts at the 8-iron, which, anyway, I'll cover that in a later video when I review it, but it's dumb. I'll just tell you that right now. So unfortunately, I still don't have spin numbers for that. I do apologize, but I still think it'll be good. Looking at these numbers here, so it looks like for a ball speed, we had about 95.8. Now, 95.8 seems to be about the average mark with a 9-iron for me. I have tested a couple balls with it, so that's about average, which is pretty good. And then distance-wise, we're looking at 127.7, which is very good, and then 132.8 total distance, which is also very good. It also tells me that it does spin a lot because there isn't a lot of distance after the fact. Some of the other golf balls, I was getting like 8-9 yards of roll afterward. This one, I'm only at about 5, so the spin is there, and it's calculating that. A lot of spin with this golf ball for sure. Definitely love the checkup. And then launch angle, you're looking at 18.9, which is actually right about where you want a 9-iron to be honest with you. I mean, as far as mine go, the majority of the time, it's right in that average zone. Very impressive there. All right, so jumping into the 7-iron, let's start with the spin, 5,722. That's right in the sweet spot. I love that. Anything in that 57, 58 is just my sweet spot. I love that. So that definitely hit a good note there. 107.9 on this ball speed, right in the average zone, right where you want to be. And then 165.3 as far as the total distance, 150.6 as far as the carry. Now, I will say that those numbers are average, but what I really liked about it was the launch angle was extremely low. And the reason for that is because this ball is spinning so much. That's why I lost distance, because it's spinning a lot. It's keeping it low. This is one of those traditional like X-type golf balls, you know, your Chrome Soft, your TP5X, that would be a little bit lower and spin more, but essentially you're not, it doesn't feel like for one of those balls. It doesn't feel like a rock. It doesn't feel extremely firm. It feels like a nice 85 compression golf ball like it is. So I haven't seen a golf ball yet able to give that type of ball flight and that type of performance, but still feel phenomenal. So that's where it really impressed me. Yeah, I mean, 15.9 on the launch angle is by far one of the lowest I've tested. Actually, no. Actually, you know what? There was one other golf ball that hit 15.9, and that was the Mizuno 566. Which is another golf ball that just spins very well. So honestly, it's And actually, I would say it's better than that. If I had to choose between those two golf balls right now, the Sugar and it wouldn't even be close. So moving into the 5 iron. So I used to hit a 5 bladed iron. Now I hit a 5 hybrid. It is going to be a little different, even though the lofts are the same. 3,808 spin, which is about average for what I've been testing. Comes off of it very well. 120.3 ball mile an hour speed, which is a little on the lower side, just slightly. The ball speed didn't really blow me away with this golf ball. That's not what it's about, but nothing was low. Everything was at least average. And then distance-wise, 185.1 on carry, 198.4. Again, both those numbers are pretty average. I'm getting a lot more distance now that I got a hybrid opposed to a bladed iron. But overall, these numbers are good. And then 12.1. So again, a very low launch. That's what's going on. That's why I'm losing a little bit of distance, is because it's a low launch, which is fine because it's keeping it out of the wind a little bit. It's got a very piercing launch, and it's going to spin a little bit more. And then moving into the big stick, the driver, of course, 2,586 on the spin. That's a very phenomenal number. Love to see everything in there. That's about what I've been getting on average, but honestly, for a golf ball that is low like this, that is a little bit lower, I want to see it. You know, normally I get about 2,800, so getting it a little lower because I don't get the ball height is awesome. And then distance-wise, 248.4 was the total distance, 228.6 is the carry. Those numbers are right in the middle of average, you know, everything's fine. And then 138.4 on the ball mile per hour speed, again, average. And then, of course, 12.3 on the launch, very low for what I usually do with the driver. So this golf ball is very consistent. It's very forgiving. Miss hits traveled almost the same amount of distance. And for a firmer golf ball, you know, 85 compression, more tour line, that's very rare to see. All right, so now let's get into the durability a little bit. This golf ball looked premium the moment I picked it up and the moment I felt it, and it continued that. It did have a little bit of scuffing here and there just because I was hitting it into a net. But after you kind of wash all that away, it just looks like a brand new golf ball again. It looks phenomenal. A great durability test there. The golf dot is completely intact on the side there, which I've not had a lot of luck with lately because some of the balls I've been testing have been cheaper. Not that problem there. This cover is phenomenal, really held up well. I would give it close to a perfect score in durability. So last but not least, who's this golf ball for? Why am I so excited about it? You know, you might look at all those numbers and say, Nick, all those numbers were average. They were average numbers. Why are you so excited? Well, because this golf ball is for the guys who love spin. This golf ball is for the guys who say, hey, you know what? I'm playing on some smaller greens. I really need this golf ball to stick where I land it. That's going to be this one, 100%. You know, obviously your tour line golf balls are going to do that. Even a lot of your budget tour balls in the $40 range are going to do that. As far as getting a inexpensive golf ball like this direct to consumer, I've never seen anything have this type of consistent ball flight, consistent piercing lowness, consistent spin, and just consistent forgiveness. I mean, honestly, it's just really phenomenal. That's very important in a lot of golfers' game, having that consistency, honestly, and that's just why I'm so excited about it. The numbers may be average, but they do exactly what I need them to do. You know, my 7-iron usually goes 150. This is 150 on the dot. You know, is it the 160 another ball might give me? No, but I don't care about that. I want consistency with a golf ball out of the time. So this is a golf ball I really can't wait to play with a little bit more on the course. You know, I got to play a little bit with it when I was using it to check up greens, but honestly, it was phenomenal. I was very excited about it. So if you're someone who has heard of Sugar before and you want to try them, I definitely recommend it. If you've never even had a slight thought about it, if you're someone who is a little bit better of a game. Now, I will say this, I wouldn't recommend this golf ball if you're probably 15 handicap or greater, maybe even 20, just because it is going to be a ball that spins a little more. You might not want it to. This golf ball is a little firmer, so, you know, the slow swingers might not be able to pick up. Average swingers do just fine, but as far as your seniors, your beginners, there are a lot of golf balls out there that I think offer a little bit more, you know, just put it down, hit it, it's okay to lose, things like that. I wouldn't go this unless I was at least a 15 handicap or lower, but if you are in that zone, hey, for I think it's $9 to try a pack of 3, you got nothing to lose. I would give them a try because 100% I was just so impressed with this golf ball. Guys, I appreciate you being here as always. Keep watching to keep saving, keep learning. Some more ball reviews coming soon. Just hopefully no more black eyes coming soon. Thanks.